to me. My dad was in the Army. He was a paratrooper. It was yeah, he was. I believe he was in the 80th Airborne, 82nd. Sorry, I apologize. That was something that he needed. Coming out of where he grew up, he needed a little structure, and so he thanks the Army for kind of everything that he has in life right now. It taught him everything he needed to know about being disciplined and all that stuff. So he passed that down to me. So to me, Veterans Day means a lot. It's a special thing. My dad still talks about it all the time. He talks about the great memories he has and all the friends he has. So it's very, very special to me. I think it's a very special day.
It's a special day. Everything you guys sacrifice for us, what we do out here fails in comparison to everything that you guys sacrifice, being away from your families, putting your lives on the line, and we're just so thankful for you guys, and from the bottom of our heart, just really thank you guys for your service, and this day is a special day for you guys and for everybody to remember what's important. So I just want to say thanks, and thanks for having us out here today.
So we're gonna we are going to dive into some really special memories that you guys have. In specific, winning the World Series back in 2020. Both of you guys played integral parts of just that team, that championship. So we'll start with you, Max. First, take us back to being in 2020. You just told me how close that team was and how special of a bond you guys had. Take me back to those moments playing in that series and ultimately winning that series.
Yeah, 2020 was a interesting year. Obviously, we all know what happened with COVID and everything. So it was very different. We didn't have, there was no fans in the stadium, which is really hard for us with this place being so special. Other opposing players talk about it all the time how this is one of the coolest places to play in all of baseball, and the majority of that is because the fans, just what makes this place special. So we didn't have that in 2020, and that made it difficult for us. But we still went out there. We had a great team. We had a lot of fun. We were very close. We had the majority of that team had been together for 5, 6, 7 years going into that season, and being able to finally bring home a championship to LA was really special, and it was really cool to have our banner up there with the other championships that are here. But we still do have one more we need to bring, and we need to do this one in front of fans.
Before I get to you, Austin, Max, in Game 5, you hit a moonshot. So tell us about what it's like hitting a home run that is so crucial in the World Series, and where does that one rank for you? Because, obviously you have a lot of home runs in some pretty amazing places, but where does that one rank for you?
To me, that one ranks second. My other home run in the World Series ranks first for me. That one was here in front of fans, so I really enjoyed that one. But there's no other feeling like hitting a home run in the World Series. It's the biggest stage in all of baseball. It's the entire reason that you're playing this game is to get to the World Series, and to do something special like that on that stage, you're kind of floating around the bases. You don't feel anything. It's the best feeling you can have besides winning that final out. But it's something that I hope I get to do a lot more of, and it really is special.
That's definitely a top on the list. I'd have to guess that. But Austin, Max said something really special about that final out. You received it, took the ball. Tell us first, just take us to that moment of catching that out from Julio Urias, and then what you have now done with that ball.
Everybody wants to know where that ball is. Julio was pitching so great. It was a tight game. I remember I even think I told Muncy on the bench, so we can score one more run. I think we can win this game. I thought he was cruising. We got Adames up there, and he just threw 3 fastballs and struck him out. And my first instinct was that ball's special. I was pretty aware of it. You see all the time. You watch World Series, people catch the ball first, they put it in their pocket, and just how special that ball was. Not having a World Series here, we played in the 17 World Series, the 18 World Series, and we had so many heartbreaks. And to finally get over that hump, man, it was so special, especially with that group of guys. I think I think that ball signified, just all the hard work and all the pain for everybody in Los Angeles, right? I think everybody, you guys fight with us every game. So, it was an awesome year. it was different. It was no fans. Obviously, it was in a different ballpark, but that team was special, and a lot of those guys will be my brothers forever. So, you know, we're looking to do it again. Obviously, we know we like those games. Those games are fun for us, and we're going to bring another one home.
Woo!
So is it a secret? Where is the ball?
No, so I had the ball for a while, and so the Dodgers were calling, and I knew they were calling for the ball, so I didn't answer the phone for a couple months, and then I just had it at my house, and then they started getting pretty mad, so I gave it back to the Dodgers. I think it's somewhere around here, actually. I think it's in like a exhibit or something like that, but yeah, that's what I did with the ball.
But you do still use that glove that you used from the 2020 World Series today. Is that correct?
Yeah, that thing's falling apart, but it's yeah, catcher's gloves are weird because it takes so long to break in, and when you find one you like, you just try to hold on to it. And that catcher's glove's got some pretty special moments. It's got the World Series. I think it's got Kershaw's strikeout to take the lead for the Dodgers, and but that's my glove. I fall in love with my glove. So it's breaking though. It's breaking for sure.
Yeah, we're a little weird as baseball players. I'm sure you guys have seen Kershaw's hat. He wears the same one for an entire year. I think he's been using the same belt for like 10 years. Is that right?
Nasty. No hygiene.
Yeah. We're a strange group as baseball players. We do some strange things.
It's okay. If it works, you don't break it. What is the saying? If it's broke,
Don't fix it.
don't fix it. See?
If it ain't broke,
If it ain't
don't
broke, I was like, that's not right.
If it is broke, you better fix it.
You should fix it. I was like, I didn't say that right now. All right, we're going to get there. But look, we obviously are surrounded by an incredible group of individuals who have sacrificed and done so much for our country so that we can have the lives that we have today. And with that of course comes with great memories, but it also comes with great challenges. You guys in a different space, but as baseball players, it is a very grueling season. 162 games the regular season, plus the postseason, which you guys obviously pretty much are always there. Just tell us, we'll start with you, Max, first, some of the challenges that you have endured just as a baseball player, but then also some of the greatest memories that you've had as a baseball player.
Yeah, the season's grueling. It's a lot of games, including spring training. It's 9 months. For the majority of that time, you're away from your family, and it gives you a real sense for when you're home. Kind of understand, there are tougher things out there, so that's why we're so thankful for everything that you guys do. We think we just think what you guys do are very special. But for us, being away from our family for that part of the time when we're on the road, when we get back, when we're at home, if we have a tough game, you come home and your family just wants to see you smile, and maybe you made the last out of a game, made an error, you didn't do something very well. It's tough to go home and smile for your family sometimes, but at the same time, there's nothing more special than when you do something good, or even if you did do something bad and you come home and your family's there smiling at you, waiting for you. To me, that's the most special thing ever.
How about you, Austin?
I forgot what the question was, but it's no. But like what we do is like Max said, it fails in comparison to what you guys do. And what we go through during the season is it's a different battle, but we're away from our families a little bit. I had a 1-year-old baby boy, and not always being there for him and my wife. It's hard when they're sick and stuff like that. That's just. But everybody goes through stuff like that, especially you guys being away from your families for so long, and it's kind of hard for us to come up here and say what's grueling about a baseball season, but mentally and a season's different. It's how many times you get punched in the face, and it's repeated and over again, and you have to get back up. So, but being home and seeing your family, like Max said, it's you get a good perspective on what's important, and coming home to see your kid and your wife happy, and trying to separate the game and just be at home and be in the moment with them is kind of it's a special skill.
Earlier, we had spoken about a little bit about mental health and just the importance of that. Is there a way that you guys kind of lean into to allow you to reset when some of those days when you are away from your family, when they're challenging? Is there anything that you go to specifically that just allows you to kind of take a deep breath and be back in the moment to reset for things?
I think half of our training is just learning how to forget what happened in that game, whether it was good or bad. For me, at the end of a game, whether I played good, played bad, indifferent, I think about the game until my jersey comes off. So if I have a good or a bad game, I go sit in my locker, might look at my phone, but I keep my jersey on, and then as soon as I take my jersey off and I go shower and get dressed, I forget about the game. The game's over. That day is done. It's time to move on. It's time to go home, be a dad, be a good husband, and show up the next day ready to help the team win. So for me, it's always just as soon as the jersey comes off, that's when the jersey's on, I think about baseball. I focus on baseball. When the jersey comes off, it's time to focus on my life. And so it's to me, that's always how I've separated it. Obviously, when I'm at home, I do my homework. I'm looking at pictures and that kind of stuff, but I'm not dwelling on what happened on today's game.
How about you, Austin?
Yeah, everybody's got their own, ways of dealing with, failure and success. I think going home and, being with your family it's a good, reset, good perspective like that. I think it's, like I said, the season's hard, man. It's long. It's like I said, you failing on the big stage in front of a lot of people isn't for everybody. I think you got to find ways to cope with it and ways to, turn the page and figure out what's important and how to help the team on the, next play, next day, and everything like that. So, yeah, I think it's, everybody's got their own little way to dealing with the season, and as a professional athlete, as you've been doing it for a while, you kind of figure it out.
You guys have the coolest job in the sense of you get to play here in Los Angeles. This is Hollywood. There are stars left and right. Is there anyone that you guys have come in contact with or met through baseball? Whether it could be a teammate, it could be someone famous, it could be anyone. Who is the most memorable person you have met as a Dodger?
It's a tough one. There's so many big fans here in LA, whether it's the celebrities, maybe just regular fans in general. I have my best conversations with regular fans that come up and talk to us. They're incredible how much they love us. But to me, and we got to wear his patch this year for two guys, but Vin and Tommy, to me, those are two of the most special guys that have ever come out. I grew up in Texas. I wasn't a Dodger fan. I didn't know much about the Dodgers, but I always know who Tommy and Vin were. Anyone that's a baseball fan knows who those two guys are. And so when I finally came here and I started having some success, and those two guys are coming up and talk about being starstruck, man. That was pretty special.
Yeah, I grew up in Southern California, Riverside, not too far away, and so I'm very aware of what the Dodgers means to Southern California and how dedicated this fan base is. And because I was a fan, right? I grew up listening to Vin Scully, in my living room every night, and just kind of listening to him. So having a relationship with him, and obviously Tommy Lasorda was very special before they passed, and like what Max was saying. But I was very very fortunate to get to know those guys and have a little bit of relationship with them while we had. But I think taking on a little side thing, kind of like one of the more famous people, we had Denzel Washington come in here this season, and I was pretty starstruck on that one. It's like, man, that's training day right there. And, but he talked the same way. He kind of commanded the room. And he did his thing, and I was like, dang, he's good.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool. We were able to get a Dodger hat on him. He's a lifelong Yankee fan, but we got a Dodger jersey and a Dodger hat on him somehow. It didn't last very long, but we had it on there for him.
There is photo evidence of that, I'm pretty sure. So
I believe so, yes.
We'll have him forever. I also really believe, so this year with PitchCom, you can choose who the voice of it is, and my theory is that Denzel Washington could be an awesome PitchCom voice.
Yeah, he's got a soothing voice, huh?
Well, didn't we have someone do the voice?
Yeah, it was bad. It was, you guys don't know. It was actually Will Smith did it for a second, and it was really bad. So we had to change it. It was Smitty, yeah.
But didn't we have Bateman do it?
Was it him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I must have forgotten.
Yeah, but I just feel like if we could get someone to be a very calming but powerful voice, that could be awesome.
Yeah, like, hey, calm down. It's gonna be
all right. In theory, that sounds nice, but it gets so loud. You need a loud, booming voice in your ear.
Yeah.
The position players wear the pitch comms as well, and When the stadium starts getting loud, you can't hear what pitch is coming. So that's why you see everyone holding their glove up to their head like this, and
sometimes people will mess with when the game gets out of hand. They'll turn the volume all the way up to like 30 or all the way up. And you hear Lex over there. Oh man, it's pretty good actually.
Yes, you can have fun with those things. They've kind of revolutionized baseball a little bit.
I love it. Well, before we get into to all of your guys' questions this afternoon, I've got one more. You guys just mentioned two incredibly iconic names when it comes to the Dodgers organization. So just what does it mean to the both of you? I know, Austin, you grew up in Southern California, so it might mean a little bit something different, but what does it mean to you guys personally when you are here in this iconic stadium, this historical stadium, but you're putting on your home whites with this red number on it with Dodgers across your chest? What does that mean to you?
Well, as I said, I grew up in Texas, but I was a huge fan of baseball with my dad. We always talked baseball, and to us there was always three iconic organizations in baseball. You had the Yankees, obviously, the Cubs, even though they never really won, they're kind of an iconic organization, and the Dodgers. So for me, to be able to come here and play for this organization with how special it is and how iconic it is, and now that I've been here for several years, learning exactly the culture of it and how much it means to the fans, especially here in LA. But everywhere we travel, it's packed out with Dodger fans. This organization, I think, means more than any other organization to its fans, and to get to come here every single day, play at this stadium, play on this field out here. This is the coolest stadium in baseball. It's special. As I was saying earlier, opposing players talk about it all the time. They love coming here. Whether it's just the stadium itself, the atmosphere. I mean, it's Hollywood. We get the lights flashing on the doubles. We have the big speak. We have the best speakers in all of baseball, and that creates a huge atmosphere. And then we have you guys, and this place is special. And I definitely don't take it for granted that I get to put this uniform on, because I think it's one of the best looking ones in baseball.
Yeah, like I said, growing up a Dodger fan, I remember coming to games here. I kind of fell ball just in the second pavilion over there with Jeff Kent. So I got memories here. Playing baseball for the Dodgers is a dream come true, really. Growing up watching them, my family was always Los Angeles teams, Lakers, Dodgers, and be able to put this jersey on and play, in front of my family and relatively close, and getting a chance to play in a World Series so many times and the playoffs. So those are the games you want to play in, and like I said, those games that we like to play in. So it's we get that opportunity every year. So I think that is special, and that should be taken for granted for too. And I know the fans are always behind us, and trying to accomplish our goal with us.
I talked about the home whites being special, but question for you guys: how do you feel about the blue uniforms that we wear?
We have some thumbs ups over lots of thumbs down.
Okay,
we got a few in between.
What if we had the blue uniforms with white pants? Okay, yeah, we've been trying to work on that, but I don't know if that one's gonna go. I don't think we're a fan of the blue pants either. So it's not the best look, but we do like the blue tops. Maybe we can mix those in with white pants. Who knows? I think that'd be a good look. But I was curious what y'all think about that.
We will make sure that information is passed on to the right people.
Yeah, that might stick more than the players saying yes.
The winning record hasn't been the best in them either.
Thank you. I've made sure to point that out every time we wear them. I do know Julio likes wearing the blue uniforms, right?
Julio gets what he wants.
Well, I always had black pants to match the black rim of the hat this year.
No, white or gray pants. I don't like the colored pants. To me, that's not baseball. It's gonna be white or gray pants.
I don't think Kirsch likes it. I think Bueller does.
No, Bueller hates the blue pants.
He does. That's right.
Somehow he got stuck wearing them every time.
Nobody else wants to pitch that day.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all of the advice on the uniforms. It has definitely been taken down. We will make sure that it is heard by the right people. But it is now time for you guys to ask some questions if you have them. There is a microphone somewhere that should be going around. Oh, here we go. Over here. We've got two. Please make sure you guys say your names. We want to know who you are. And if you have served, we'd love to hear where you've served.
Hi. Ooh. My name is Marco Velarde, gun First Sergeant, United States Marine Corps. Austin, just questions for you, just because we're a Mexican family. We are from LA. Both of my parents are Mexican. How good did it feel? Or I just want you to kind of explain to us the feeling to have a Mexican pitcher close out the World Series with you. Growing up in Riverside and being around the Mexican community, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, my grandparents are from Guadalajara, and they're, obviously they are. I grew up in Mexican traditions, and it was awesome. Julio's my guy too, man. I love Julio. Just the way he pitches, his demeanor. He's a great teammate. Yeah, he just has stones really. He doesn't care. He doesn't really care the moment. Doesn't get too big. But I know what the Dodgers mean to the Mexican community in LA, and so it's special, man. And just bringing a World Series home and to be able to do it with Julio right there, that was awesome. Thank you for your service.
Got one right here with the microphone. Go ahead.
Austin, can I get your jersey?
Yeah, go ahead, take it. Sorry, Juan.
Right here.
Hi, my name's Carlos Hernandez, a former United States Coast Guardsman. It's not really a question. I just want to say thank you guys for bringing it home in 2020. That was something that meant a lot to me. My grandpa was a Coast Guard veteran during World War II and a lifelong Dodger fan. So that just meant a lot to see you guys win. I was holding his picture in my hand. That last pitch, I was just sitting there and I was just bawling my eyes out. I just want to say thank you guys. It really means a lot.
Yeah. I got just like kind of chills right there. I think one of the cooler things is to see some of the when I was after 2020. What I did for like months after was watch the fan reaction videos, and man, those things were so cool. Just seeing how much it meant to everybody, because I know how much it meant to me and all of these guys out there. But stuff like that's so awesome, man. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Max? Roland Vandenberg, retired United States Marine. It's my son Andre right here. He's actually named after Andre Ethier. We're like diehard Dodger fans.
I'll tell him that.
He's a little shy, so I'm gonna ask the question for him. What does he have to do to become a Los Angeles Dodger?
That's a tough question. People ask me all the time what they need to do, to be a better baseball player. Especially at his age, it's hard to give an answer. But to me, and this is something that helped me out the biggest in my career, was learn to have fun with the game. You can't take the game too seriously. That was something I did early in my career when I was in Oakland, and I wasn't that good of a player. I struggled a lot. I had some issues off the field with that, and when I came home, the biggest thing for me was learning to have fun. Baseball is a game. It's a game it's America's pastime. It's a game we all love, and it's something that when I started learning to have fun with it again, acting like I was a kid out there on the field, smiling whether it was good or bad, that was when things started taking off for me. So to me, especially at a young age, the biggest thing is have fun. When you start getting older, you can, there's plenty of hitting coaches and pitching coaches out there now. Everyone's a guru. They all have, wonderful ways of doing things. But learning to have fun, I think that's the biggest thing. You can't be too serious about it at this point, because you're just going to get burnt out. And then if you burn out on it, then it doesn't matter what you're learning. You're not going to have fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. I like those glasses.
Hi guys, my name's Roberta. I'm a wife of a veteran. My husband couldn't be here today, he's at work. But I do have my two boys here. We live in Covina. They go to school in Covina. We live in Chino. And I just want to ask you guys, my oldest one's a senior this year, and this guy's going to be going to high school next year. So what would be your advice for them, and what were some of maybe your struggles when you guys were their age?
Going on with this question, it's kind of the same thing. Just believing in yourself, that you can accomplish stuff. It doesn't matter where you're from. I'm just from down, like I said, from Riverside, and you know, playing at Dodger Stadium and playing for the Dodgers. So I think, you know, anything's possible. You know, you just keep working hard and you know, believe in yourself and believe in what you can do, and having that unfounded like belief in yourself. It's hard to explain, but that's where I think you know, special things start to happen. So, but, you know, that comes from working hard and doing all the small things and just, you know, putting your head down and doing what's right.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, focus on your school. I know that's not the best answer, but school can give you the biggest opportunities. You know, for me, I went to Baylor University. In order to go there, I needed good grades in school. So if you want to continue your athletic success, being good at school, a lot of times can give you more opportunities at the bigger colleges or bigger universities that you want to go to, because they'll be more willing to give you the scholarship knowing you work hard in school, so they know you'll work hard in athletics as well.
Right there. There it is.
Hi, yes. Malcolm Harvey, retired U.S. Navy. And this question, question is for Max. Max, I love your game because you cherish every at bat, and it's obvious because you walk so much, right? I love that about you. It's the consistency that veterans and active duty military, that's what we utilize every day to stay on purpose, right? I wanted to ask you how the elbow is feeling. And because if your elbow was healthy, I think we would have won last year. And your prediction for the future. Those are my questions. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your service. Your second question, what do you mean for the future? For me or for the team? For the team, okay. My prediction for the team is we're going to win. You know, we've been in the playoffs the last 10 years in a row, right? Is it 10 years, 8 years, 9 years? I don't know. Long time. We're going to keep being in the playoffs. You know, the problem with being the Dodgers is everyone wants to beat us. Everyone wants to beat us more than anyone else, and you know that's definitely shown over the past. We get everyone's best, whether it's the regular season, post. We're always getting everyone's best. You know, we have this thing called the Dodger effect on our scouting reports. So when pitchers come into Dodger Stadium and they face us, our scouting report might say their fastball is 90 to 93 miles an hour. Every single time they're throwing 95 miles an hour. So we call it the Dodger effect. You know, everyone throws harder against us. Everyone hits their spots against us. They don't miss. That's just, you know, it's kind of the unfortunate truth of it. But yeah, my prediction for the future is we're going to win. I have no doubt about that. As for my elbow, it feels very healthy right now. That's something that I've been focusing on. If it started feeling really good about halfway through the year, and I think my play reflected that. But you know, it's feeling good, and it's definitely going to be ready for next year.
My name's John. This is a follow-up for Max. Speaking of the elbow, you got off to a slow start at the beginning of the year, presumably because of the elbow. How much did that test your mental resilience and approach?
That's yeah. Every day was a grind to show up. You know, I think I'm never one to make excuses, but at this point, I have to say that I think almost all my struggles were because of the elbow. I was trying to do stuff, and my body wasn't allowing it to do what it needed to do. And so, when you're showing up every day, trying to get your swing to move in a certain way, and your body literally doesn't let it do that, it becomes hard, and you start wondering. You know, can I get my swing back to where it was before? You never know if it's going to come back. So that's yeah, every day was a grind to show up. But you know, that's where I think my teammates, you know, this team we had this year was very special. And every day my teammates picked me up, and you know, I had guys every day telling me, hey, we know you're going to get back. We know you're going to get back to where you are. We know what kind of player you are. And when you have an entire team doing that, it becomes easier and easier. And eventually, you know, you stop worrying about yourself, and all you care about is what can I do to help the team win, and that was all I focused on, was trying to do as many little things as possible to help the team win.
We've got the microphone right over here. Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Staff Sergeant Chris Gonzalez, United States Marine Corps, retired. We talked about veterans and how much they mean to us and our families, but for you guys getting to this level, who were your biggest influences?
I think my dad, he just instills in me that that you could, achieve what you want if you work hard and everything like that. Having him and my family was just the biggest motivators. For me personally, I think everybody's got their own, what fuels them and stuff like that. But just to make them proud, I think was one of the bigger things that got me through, the minor leagues and college and got me to this level.
It's the same answer for me and my dad. He taught me everything I know, and whether it was about baseball or life, I wouldn't be the person I am today without my dad. So I thank him for everything.
Well, you all, there is still so much to be done with your day. Batting practice is still to come, so that's our final question from you all. So we thank you guys so much. First, we thank Max as well as Austin for being here with us today.